We usually think about food in terms of energy or weight or maybe heart health, but what if every single bite you take is actually a direct message to your brain? A message that's shaping your mood, your focus, and even your memory. Today, we're going to decode that incredible conversation that's happening inside you right now. I mean, you know the feeling, right? That crazy post-lunch slump where you just can't focus? Or that amazing boost you get from just the right breakfast? We've all been there, but the reason behind it is way more fascinating than you probably think. And get this, the answer isn't really in your head, it's in your gut. That's right, the secret is hiding in the trillions of tiny microorganisms living inside your digestive system. This is a complete game changer in how we understand the link between what we eat and how we feel. This quote just nails it. It really sets the stage for everything we're about to talk about. We're moving past this simple idea of food as just fuel. We're embracing a much more powerful idea, that food is actually a set of instructions that can totally change our well-being. Okay, so if food is a set of instructions for our body, what kind of messages are most of us sending? Well, to answer that, we have to talk about something that's, well, it's pretty much everywhere in our diets, ultra-processed foods.
So what exactly are these UPFs? Well, according to this system called NOVA, they're not just foods with a little extra salt or sugar. No, these are industrial creations, things like packaged snacks, sodas, most ready meals, and they're made with ingredients you would absolutely never find in a home kitchen.
And they are everywhere. Seriously, in countries like the United States, UPFs make up a staggering 60% of all calories people eat. Just let that sink in for a second. That means for so many of us, the majority of our diet is made up of these industrial formulations. This image shows you exactly what's happening. See over on the left in what's called Nova 1, you've got your whole foods, fruits, veggies, meats, all in their own neat little categories. Simple. But as you move across to Nova 4, the ultra-processed stuff, wow, it just becomes this dense, tangled web. Cakes, snacks, and sweets are all jumbled together because they all share the same pool of industrial ingredients, things like high-fructose corn syrup, weird oils, and artificial flavors. So this tangled web of ingredients, it isn't just some weird fact. It has real, measurable consequences. So let's look at the data from a massive analysis of over 900,000 food products and uncover the hidden costs of all this processing. And the trend here is just crystal clear. As we move from those minimally processed Nova 1 foods over to the ultra-processed Nova 4 foods, the nutritional quality just tanks. Take a look at the chart on the left. See all that red and purple in the Nova 4 bar? Those are foods with terrible nutritional scores. And then on the right, you see a really similar pattern for the eco score, which points to a bigger environmental toll too. And it's not just a visual thing. The research backs this up completely. There's a strong, statistically significant link. The more processed a food is, the worse its nutritional quality tends to be. And while the environmental side is a bit more complex, there's also a clear connection to a higher carbon footprint. The main takeaway is that this isn't random. It's a definite pattern. And here's another hidden cost. Allergens. Because of the super complex way these UPFs are made, common allergens, especially milk and gluten, are way more common. As you can see right here, the percentage of foods containing these things goes way up as we get to that Nova 4 category. It's just another risk that comes with a highly processed diet. Okay, so we've seen the data on what's in our food, but how? How does a poorly rated, allergen-filled snack actually impact our brain? Well, the answer lies in a journey deep inside your gut. So get this, your gut is lined with this huge network of neurons called the enteric nervous system. It is so powerful and so complex that it can actually work all on its own, without any input from your brain. That's why scientists have nicknamed it our second brain. Sure, it controls digestion, but its influence goes so much further than that. And this second brain is in constant contact with the main one up in your head. This connection is called the gut-brain axis. And the key word to remember here is two-way. It's not just your brain barking orders at your gut. Your gut is constantly sending signals back up, influencing how your brain is working, thinking, and feeling. Okay, this is where it gets really mind-blowing. Your gut is basically a massive chemical factory. It produces over 90% of your body's serotonin, you know, the happiness chemical, and about half of its dopamine. On top of that, your gut microbes are busy turning fiber into things called short-chain fatty acids, which are critical for fighting inflammation and keeping your brain cells healthy. All of these chemicals are powerful messages sent straight to your brain. So let's break down how this conversation actually happens. It's pretty simple, really. 1. You eat. 2. Your gut microbes get to work digesting all the stuff you couldn't. 3. As they do that, they release this whole cocktail of brain-active chemicals. And finally, 4. Those chemical signals travel right up to your brain through nerves and your bloodstream. It's a direct line from your plate to how you feel.
All right, so we have the data on processed foods, and we have the biology of the gut-brain axis. Now let's pull it all together and see what this means for the information you're putting on your plate every single day.
This slide right here, this captures the entire shift in thinking. The old model was food is calories, just fuel for the machine. The idea was a calorie is a calorie, end of story. But the new, and frankly correct understanding is food is information. It recognizes that the stuff in your food are chemical signals. A calorie from a whole food sends a completely different message to your gut microbes, and therefore your brain, than a calorie from some ultra-processed product.
Ultimately, it just comes down to this. Every single meal, every snack is a conversation. It's an opportunity to send messages of health, clarity, and balance to your entire system, and it all starts in your gut.
And that brings us to our final thought. Knowing that this constant communication is happening, knowing that you actually have a say in what that conversation is about, what messages will you choose to send today? What do you want your food to say to your brain?